Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Share Show on the 17th of August, 2021. My name is Jeff Fitzpatrick. This is Meeting and Option Exploration Week. So this week's show is dedicated to explaining the research that goes before our meetings, though we will check on what's happening in the market first. So let's get straight to that with Owen O'Malley.
We'll start with the NASDAQ, the top 100 technology companies, and albeit in the lower lane of traffic, if you like, and let's just bring it, we'll actually copy a parallel line here to see that we do have a channel here that is in operation. And remember, we're coming into the third Friday, so there's a possibility that the NASDAQ will pull back to support here. In fact, while we're doing that, let's just go ahead and duplicate the purple line here, which represents the options expiration. So let's pull that forward, and we're going to make sure it's the right day. So the third Friday of August is going to be the 20th of August. So let's make sure that line is on the 20th of August. So that's 18th of August, 13th. So let's move this forward. And Friday the 20th of August, there you go. So that's going to be our third Friday. So as we noted many times, 80% of the time the share prices, especially those that trade options, will dip into the third Friday. So we may get a little bit of a dip in the NASDAQ, but the overall trend is up. So that's the possible week ahead for the top 100 technology companies. Now we'll look at the Dow Jones, the 30 largest companies. The bigger companies that have been around for a long time and have got a large market capitalization. So again, potential for that to pull back to support into the third Friday and beyond is quite possible. The next thing we'll take a look at is the S&P 500, which again is quite possible that will pull back into the third Friday and follow through. So all of the three major indices are in an uptrend, steady, and are at a bit of a resistance point. And if there's enough of downward pressure, we could see a little bit of a pullback in this week ahead. And so the VIX is saying more or less the same. The VIX is back down at support levels around about 15. And if the market does decide to pull back to support, then we'll see the VIX climbing up again. So a lot of evidence to say we may get the normal, natural third Friday stroke week after third Friday pullback in the market.
Thank you, Owen. So now let's look at the research that takes place. This actually takes place every week, not just when we've got meetings and option expiration coming up. The objective of our research is to find high quality stocks that are good value, forecast to rise in price, offer good option premiums, and low stock buying power usage. The process starts with a master list of about 1,700 stocks. These are the ones that Value Line track. We filter them down to meet our standards of quality and good value, and we only include stocks that have option trading capability. So that cuts it down to around 10% of the 1,700, or 170 stocks that make the cut. We then go through the 170 or so stocks, analyzing the trends of each, looking at the indicators, and forecasting where prices may end up over the coming months. We identify those stocks which we forecast as having the potential to rise by around 20% or more. This week, we identified 39 stocks that we think will increase in price by 20% or more. Next, we get a second opinion by looking at the price forecasts and the latest reports from Value Line. Then we take a look at the character of the stock. That is, how volatile it is and how quickly it moves. This gives us a target month in which to sell a put option for. We also make a high, medium, or low assessment of the risk to reward ratio. That is, how big the potential downside is compared to the potential upside. We obviously like low ratings on this one. This stock has a ticker symbol of VIRT. It's called Virtu, and it's a current target of all of the clubs. Its character says it will normally take around 8 months to complete its upward runs. So now we have a target strike price and a target expiration month for the puts that we want to sell. But we need these confirming. Not all months or strike prices are available. We also need to look at the strike price for the protective lids, the puts that we sell to protect our trades. Sometimes these could be 50 cents, $1, $2, $2.50, $5, or some other figure below the strike price of the put that we're selling. It makes a difference. We like the strike price of the protective put to be as close as possible to the main put that we're selling. We add more information into the mix by checking what premia are available for the puts we want to sell. We also need an estimate of the stock buying power that a single contract sale of the put to use up. Now we can calculate what the return on capital invested would be if the stock is not put to us, and also the return on capital employed if the stock is put to us. We rank firstly on ROI from largest to smallest, and we remove any that are significantly below 10%. Then we rank them again, but this time on ROCE, again from largest to smallest, and this time we remove any that are below around 15%. And finally, we rank them again, this time on the use of stock buying power, but it's from smallest to largest, and we remove any that are too high. Next, we calculate how many contracts each club would need to have put to them in order for them to end up with the underlying stock representing 5% of the account value. And that's the number that's shown in the boxes, T, D, and F, which stand for T's, Diamond, and Fortune. Lastly, we'll highlight in green the stocks which the clubs do not hold, either in stock or in put options sold. We end up with a ranked list of picks for each club. However, they need constant updating. And that's basically how we do it. I can't really say simples because it's quite a complicated process, but it is thorough and it does work. And of course, we've got our various safety nets and techniques for getting out of trouble if it doesn't work. But that's not the plan. Lastly, a quick reminder on the live event. The live event is to be held on the afternoon of the 24th, which is a Friday of September, and the Saturday the 25th at the East Midland Hilton Hotel Airport. It's looking good, and we've confirmed the booking there now, so it's definitely going ahead. Places are limited, so go along to smartinvestments.ai website where you'll find a booking form under a dedicated tab. Thanks very much for listening. I'll see you at this week's various meetings.